We're back on the record in cause number 328232, the state of Texas versus Jalen Tyler Shelton. Mr. Shelton, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Shelton, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Shelton, you may put your hand down. How you doing, Mr. Shelton?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Mr. Shelton, the information alleges that on or about December 15th of 2020, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, you were charged with the Class A misdemeanor offense of assault family violence. Mr. Shelton, you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Shelton, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, no contest?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading guilty because you're actually guilty?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Shelton, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1, which is the misdemeanor plea admonishment. In this document, Mr. Shelton, there are a set of initials on page 2. The first set of initials is on the line that says guilty. Are these your initials?
Yes, sir.
And on the second set of initials is under the paragraph that's titled Discovery Admonishment, and on the line that state that you do not wish to request discovery of the evidence and you waive your right to discovery in this case. Are these your initials?
Yes, sir.
Also in this document, there is a waiver of counsel for purposes of entering your guilty plea. And did you understand that waiver of counsel?
Yes, sir.
And you did, the court did explain to you that you had a choice to either hire an attorney if you could afford to hire an attorney, or to see if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney if you could not afford an attorney, or you can represent yourself. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You stated to the court that you wanted to waive your right to an attorney and to represent yourself. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, on page 3 of State's Exhibit Number 1, there's a signature at the top of this document above the line that says defendant that purports to be your signature. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document, the trial court certification defendant's right of appeal, above the line that says defendant, there's a signature that purports to be yours. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
Right. And also, at the top of this document, there are 2 boxes that's checked. The first box says that this is a plea bargain case. You have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And the second box states that you're waiving your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, prior to signing and initialing these documents, did you read these documents?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand what you read?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1. State, you like to offer State's 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Shelton, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1, and State's Exhibit Number 1 is the misdemeanor plea admonishment. That's the document that have your initials on page 2 and your signature on page 3. The state would like to use this document as evidence against you in this case. Is it all right for the state to use this document as evidence against you in this case?
Yes, sir.
Okay, no objection. State's Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Shelton, is there any evidence that you're currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, sir.
Okay, Mr. Shelton, I accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of guilty and waivers was freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reason without state. Do you have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is that agreement?
The state is offering 60 days jail time.
Okay, let me see that, Judge. Now, Mr. Shelton, the state is offering that you serve 60 days in the Jefferson County Jail. You will also be required to pay the court costs in this case, and the court cost is $327. Mr. Shelton, will you be able to pay the court costs in this case?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, Mr. Shelton, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Shelton, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the Shelton. Now, Mr. Shelton, that you have entered into with the state. Now, Mr. Shelton, because this is an assault family violence case, in accordance with the Texas Administrative Code Section 176.1, the court is hereby admonish you of the following. Number one, you are, by entering an order or judgment, ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Number two, beginning now, if you possess a firearm or ammunition, it could lead to charges against you. If you have questions about how long you will be ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, you should consult an attorney. Number three, under Texas Penal Code Section 46.01, subsection 3A, firearm means any device designed, made, or adapted to expel a projectile through a barrel by using the energy generated by an explosion or burning substance, or any device readily convertible to that use. B, firearm does not include a firearm that may have as an integral part a folding knife, blade, or other characteristics of weapons made illegal by Penal Code Chapter 46, and that is one, an antique or curio firearm manufactured before 1899, or two, a replica of an antique or curio firearm manufactured before 1899, but only if the replica does not use rimfire or centerfire ammunition. The statutes listed below are a starting point for ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. For more information about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or for more information on how long your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition lasts, the court recommends you contact an attorney. Code of Criminal Procedure Article 17.292, Magistrate Order for Emergency Protection. Code of Criminal Procedure Article 42.0131, Notice for persons convicted of misdemeanors involving family violence. Penal Code Section 46.02, Unlawful carrying weapons. Penal Code Section 46.04, Unlawful possession of firearm. Penal Code Section 25.07, violation of certain court orders or conditions of bond in a family violence, child abuse or neglect, sexual assault or abuse, indecent assault, stalking, or trafficking case. Family Code Section 85.026, warning on protective order. Mr. Shelton, you will be given a copy of this admonishment by the bailiff. Mr. Shelton, please have a good day and follow the bailiff.